How did a typo in orders change your entire military career? Fresh out of basic training, I was supposed to report to the 82nd Airborne Division for jump school. Spent 4 years dreaming about becoming a paratrooper. Had my parents drive 8 hours to watch me graduate airborne training. Got my orders 2 weeks before shipping out. Something looked wrong immediately. Instead of Fort Bragg, North Carolina, it said Fort Bragg, North Dakota. I figured it was just a clerical error. Called personnel to fix it. Sergeant on the phone sounded confused. Son, there is no Fort Bragg in North Dakota, but your orders are legitimate. You're going to Minot Air Force Base for nuclear weapons training. My stomach dropped. Nuclear weapons? I was infantry. I barely passed high school chemistry. Now they wanted me handling atomic bombs? Tried fighting it for weeks. Every office passed me to another office. Finally spoke to a major who explained the situation. Some clerk had typed the wrong military occupational specialty code. Instead of 11B infantry, I got coded as 2W2 nuclear weapons specialist. Can't you just fix it? I asked. Sure, he said. But the Air Force already has you in their system. They've reserved training slots, housing, everything. Army would have to reimburse them thousands of dollars to pull you out now. Budget was tight that year. Cheaper to send one confused soldier to nuclear training than pay inter-service transfer fees. So off I went to Montana instead of North Carolina. Culture shock doesn't begin to describe it. Army guy surrounded by Air Force personnel learning about thermonuclear warheads instead of parachute landing falls. The training was intense. Background investigations, psychological evaluations, polygraph tests. They don't let just anyone touch weapons that can level cities. Spent 6 months learning nuclear physics, radiation safety, weapon assembly procedures. Stuff so classified I needed 3 different security clearances just to enter the classroom. My parents kept asking when I'd start jumping out of planes. Had to explain I was now part of America's nuclear deterrent instead. Dad thought I was joking until he visited the base. 2 years into the assignment, something clicked. I was actually good at this. The technical aspects made sense. Started volunteering for extra training, advanced courses, got promoted ahead of my peers. Turns out nuclear weapons specialists have faster promotion rates than infantry. Complex job, fewer people qualified to do it. By year 4, I was training new recruits, teaching the same courses that had terrified me initially. Squadron commander recommended me for officer candidate school. Applied for a commission in the Air Force instead of transferring back to Army. Nuclear background made me competitive for engineering programs, space operations, missile defense systems. Ended up spending 22 years in the Air Force. Retired as a lieutenant colonel, worked on missile defense projects, satellite operations, strategic nuclear planning, never jumped out of a single airplane. But I helped maintain the nuclear umbrella that kept America safe for 2 decades. The irony? My old Army buddies who went airborne mostly did peacekeeping missions, disaster relief, routine training jumps. Important work, but not exactly the combat action we'd imagined. Meanwhile, I was involved in some of the most sensitive national security operations of the Cold War's end. Reagan-Gorbachev summits, START treaty negotiations, nuclear inspection protocols. That typo led to a security clearance that opened doors throughout my career. Defense contractors, government agencies, consulting firms, all wanted people with nuclear weapons experience. My son's applying to the Air Force Academy now. Wants to be a pilot, not a nuclear officer. But he jokes that our family's military tradition started with the best typo in history. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if that clerk had typed correctly. Would I have made it through jump school, survived combat deployments, found the same success in the infantry? But I've learned not to question beneficial accidents. That single keystroke mistake gave me a career I never knew I wanted and a contribution to national defense I never imagined making.